the stream on YouTube too. Oops. Yeah, meant to start that earlier. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. So let's pull up. I do want to see real quick market. Um, let's see. Just so I can see. I'm trying to blank on which tab I have that. There we go. So ES, again, same deal. Inflation's too hot. Little reason to cut rates. These are all hawkish, hawkish, hawkish. Now, if the market was so bullish last year, towards the end of the year, it was continuing higher, and that was based off of them being dovish and cutting rates, then guess what? If we have an inverse relation to that on the Fed's stance, then we're most likely going to get that reaction too. So I do want to see, if not trade this range, I want to see if we can break below this, it's like 69.77, and see if we get a retrace, and on the retrace, take that short, right? Because I want to look to see if we could come back towards the 69.50. Market level has 69.25, which is even further than that, which would be great. But I am feeling a bit more bearish today. We'll have to keep an eye, see if there are any high impact news. White House advisor Hassett. Fed investigation, a simpler request for information, which should come shortly, then we'll move forward. Sure, everything's that simple. Expect that there's nothing to see on Fed cost overrun. Wish they had been more transparent. Okay, so hopefully it just does turn into nothing, and could have just been a little bit of a move of like, hey, you know, do what a little bit of a scare tactic, right? Which didn't pan out, because Powell just answered with, I'm standing on business. This area right up here, 7,000 to even 7,035, it's a 6-hour supply. Now, usually don't look for 6-hour, but I really was looking for anything in this area because we had a strong move overnight and then into the next session, then we pulled back, and at the moment we're making that lower high. So if we could fail to break above the previous day's high as well, that could also give us a potential for a short. So it's another possible setup, and again, that's just trading the range, just looking to trade the range. So we can maybe look for a pre-market high swept like right here, come to a lower time frame. Again, look for this to be our possible trade today on ES, and if that's not the setup, then we're looking for this for our setup. Right, so we're going to look, see if we can break, retest, and push lower. If we hold this area, and we see some buyers, we can also now look at Bookmap and see what's cooking on there. Which tab should I put in this little sleeve? It's really funny. Will it line it up automatically? Oh, it does. W Windows. So hourly time frame. Little bit of pressure to the downside, but you see how we're failing these last 2 hours? We got to be a little careful though, because New York session is another type of volume, right? Overnight volume is not as strong. Good morning, everybody. Yo, what's up, Vito? Good morning, man. Now I'd also like to see like 15-minute, 30-minute, are there any supply zones up here to maybe try to pinpoint a better short position? I do see this one right here yesterday. We sold off, remember we started selling off at that 11:45? Well, that's the supply zone 15-minute right there. This is the area I'm going to look for a potential short on ES if we could happen to pull back first and find some selling pressure. I mentioned Bookmap before. I do want to see if by chance there is a good level on Bookmap 2 on ES. Maybe some passive sellers there, whatever the case may be. See if we get some extra data going. We'll do 24-hour local. CVD is currently bullish. Seeing some buying volume here. Market's open in about 12 minutes. Oh, you know what? There we go. I was wondering, I'm on YouTube and it was a full screen. I have the different OBS things set up, so now they could see me and everything. Did you do Apex? I think they ended their sale yesterday for the 80% off. Yeah, so no more Apex sale right now. If you do want to sign up for a prop firm and you don't want to wait for the next sale, you can use discount code Bullish Bears and it will save at least 50%. So there's never no sale. Let's see. 50%. All right. Just wanted to check that because I had that on the YouTube banner. Let's take a quick look at gold. See if gold's giving us anything a little bit better. Oh yeah, look at this, guys. Gold holding this level very well. I had this marked out from yesterday as a 15-minute right there demand. Another 15 formed and we held. We held again. Very range bound on gold. Extremely tough price action. Could see if we have any resistance to the upside that we can use as a possible long target if we do want to continue. We have a little bit of an hourly right here. 1 hour supply. We'll make it red too, just so we know. Now with something like gold, I would definitely want to see some weakness on the dollar to help confirm strength on gold. I'd also want to look at these other time frames. So here we go, 90-minute basing, looking like we're trying to rally. 45, 30, 15, hourly, 2 hour. I mean, we're definitely, when looking at this zone on different time frames, we can see every time we come into it, because it doesn't matter what time frame we look at, it's price versus levels. We're holding that area multiple times. So if I am looking for something on gold, we'll most likely be looking for support down there. Like, look at this massive outlier, big negative delta, price went up from there. So we can see if we could pull back. That would be 45.86. So we can look, see if we get a big pullback there and see if buyers want to defend that area. That would be if we want to trade the range on gold. It's a big if though. Really not a big fan of gold's price action lately. But again, we'll see. We'll add an alert and we'll be patient. CVD is negative on gold. Definitely a little bit more reasons to short than long. A little bit of a 30-minute supply right here. So again, sort of stuck between that rock and a hard place where we have resistance to the upside. We have support to the downside. Yo, good morning, Kevin. What's going on, man? What's up, Andrea Blackfoot? Good morning, guys. Adrian, good morning. What's going on? We could see, so you guys see how we had that big negative outlier down there on the volume delta? We could see if we get the same thing to the upside, where we get a big positive delta in this like 46.15 area and take it short from there. Now it's going to be tough to look for like a big continuation trade on something like gold, so I really would just look to trade that range, just selling the lows, selling the highs, buying the lows, but really got to be patient. Going to add an alert there too, and I'm even going to edit this alert to say gold supply. So now, if we're looking at ES and NQ, I'm going to get an alert on my phone too that'll say, hey, gold's in supply. We'll be able to take care of that. Morning, everybody. 15-minute supply right here on ES. This is where I'm looking for possible shorts as well. We can take a look at where the VIX is trading at right now too. So check this out, guys. I have this green zone on the VIX. This is like a strong area of interest, so it's a key level. And we're coming near it right now. So if that becomes support, makes the VIX go higher, I'm looking for ES to find resistance so ES can go lower. So right, they want to be going in the opposite direction. So I do want to see VIX find an area to reverse. Now it doesn't have to be exactly off of this green zone. As we see, we reversed a little bit underneath it yesterday. So I'm going to be looking for, again, that same price action, that same area on the VIX, just like we'll be looking for that same area on the ES. Let's see. Take a look at NAS. Let's see our ultimate reversal, probably within previous, so we're definitely within previous New York's range. So that gives the previous day high and the New York low a possibility of being hit of about 80%. Let's see, our gap fill. Oh, we see this, our blue levels are gap fill. Our yellow levels are midnight price level. Usually we want those to be together. So you see how NASDAQ, both of them are below price right now. That's a little better. We'd much rather them closer together and within the New York range, which they are, but we'd rather price open outside the New York range. So not really getting that ultimate reversal setup that it's called. So we're just gonna wait there. That's not setting up. We have an inside day, so if anything, we could also be patient and wait for that initial balance. So the initial balance has the, what's it, like an 80% chance of a single break? I'm gonna show you guys some sauce. Is it this one? Yeah. We could check, what's today, Friday? We could check gap fill by weekday. I like checking all these stats by weekday. So gap up. Let's see, NASDAQ. Where's our gap price? Blue level. It's a gap up on NASDAQ. Gap up on Friday, 78% chance of getting filled. So that's pretty huge. I'm going to mark that out. And let's see, where's that gap? So that gap level, 78% chance, that's a big percent right there. I'm going to even text that out, 78% on Fry. That could be a possible target helping support a short bias, right? Let's see. 5 minutes till market opens. We can see where ES's gap fill is too. I think that's also going to be below us. Right, it's that level right there, the blue level. That's probably going to give us a similar stat. Let's see. Gap fill by weekday. ES. Yeah, Friday, 74% filled. So definitely looking for that gap fill to occur. Same thing, 78%. Fry. Guys, don't forget, markets are closed on Monday. Class is not in session on Monday, ladies and gentlemen. 3-day weekend, whoop whoop. Alright, let's see. Gold giving us a whole lot of chop. Still possibility of those shorts up there. Did want to see where the dollar is. Dollar make you holler. Dollar's been climbing higher. A bullish dollar does help support a more bearish gold. So that does help my short trade on gold. Now, let's see our previous day high and low, though. Because I don't think we took out previous day high or low. Yeah, we have not. We are below the open, though. Yeah, I'd like to find resistance up there. That would be great. But we'll be patient. Market's open in 3 minutes. See if we have any economic data today. I don't think we do. It's we might. I was gonna say it's Friday, but we usually sometimes Michigan consumer sentiment stuff like that. Nope. NAHB, housing, industrial production. It's not too major. Nothing today. Nothing really Tuesday either. Oh, no news week next week. Come on, we gotta have something. Consumer spending. Not crazy. GDP, let's go. Yeah, you know me. You down with GDP? Yeah, you know me. Initial jobless claims. Okay, next Thursday. Thursdays are usually full of something because it does have initial jobless claims every Thursday. Market open yet? Nope. Getting a little bit of a hit there on equities though. Going a little bit all over the place. Look at this. I wonder if we just had news. Something came out. No, nothing. Industrial did, but I don't think that would make equities do this. I will keeping an eye on ES around 70.11. We do see 70.10 as a passive seller, so we will look for that reaction there when markets get there. Marziti, what were you seeing today?
Well, we're inside of the day still, of yesterday's day. We do have a high low range from yesterday. Um, we're just above the intraday volume node. So,
Morning, Ronald. So what do you got? What are you looking for? Shorts, longs? Are you just trading a no trade
I'm
zone?
leaning bearish today. at least for the initial move, I'm leaning bearish, but I could be wrong as usual. My wife reminds me of that regularly. Um,
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. These markets are definitely extra tough. We got to remember, man, all-time highs get a little tough, especially when we don't have a strong catalyst to stand on. Again, we're leaning more on a hawkish tone with the Fed right now. Dovish was riding the trend. Dovish brought optimism. We're now leaning hawkish. Would assume that's going to bring uncertainty. And when uncertainty hits the markets and the economy, markets sell off. So we're watching the VIX. Definitely looking for possible ES shorts, NQ possible shorts. We'll see, man. We'll definitely see.
I think we got a good chance of taking out the current day low at 69.87. But because it's just a crap load of fair value gaps we're digging into right now.
Yeah.
And there's market open. Let's see what we do. We're on chopping on
Let's see.
VWAP at the moment. Volume node right below us. We've hit the top of the Bollinger Band, but that can expand dramatically during market open.
Yeah. Trying to hold the 69.93 at the moment. Weighted index looks okay. VIX is still pushing lower. There we go, some longs. Just stay patient. See what we could possibly be working with. What you working with? Don't stop, don't stop. Let's see. Some buying. That's good. Definitely wanted to see us move higher towards 7,005 and about 7,011. If we could scale above that though, with some strength, like we get some real nice momentum here, I'm looking for a nice continuation trade today. 30-minute. But also like to see if we created any demand zones. Like if we start to rally here, are we creating a demand, or is it possible? Is it a possibility that we fail? I'd like to see this rally fail at some point. It's the only reason I'm not taking longs, but I wouldn't look for shorts right now. Buyers clearly have control.
Ooh, looky that. All right, I got a trend line. If we're going to go long, got a prior day VPOC and a trend line up here around 7,008. That's a ways off, so possibly doable, but we've just finished up that fair value gap from around what 6:30ish this morning. We're at a GEX level, just tagged into one of the Menthor Q GEX levels. We're above the pivot point. I'm just waiting for a trigger candle. I still like bearish, but I'm waiting for a trigger candle.
Let's see. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. VIX is at that key area now. Be careful though, VIX has been moving lower. Good morning, guys. What's going on, guys? Happy Friday. It is, what is it? It's January 16th already. That is wild. Hit that 7,000 and it's having a little bit of trouble. I'm not in any positions right now myself. I'm just staying patient, looking for a reaction in the market. Right now we are finding these buyers that are failing. So now that sort of happened yesterday. You guys remember that? So we could keep an eye on that for another possibility too. We just want to be a little patient on it. Like I'd want to see us try to move in it again and fail again. So 69.99 possible short, 7,002 possible stop loss. But I want to see us move higher into it, which would also possibly give me a better entry too. And with the VIX at the key level, that looks okay. But again, I wanted to see buyers push and fail. Ideally, I really wanted to see us head towards 7,005. So I don't want to be so quick to jump into a short position before my actual area hits.
Well, right now I'm seeing alt chop. So no clear candle one way or the other. I mean, it is slightly bullish, but a lot of chop to do it.
Yeah.
Um,
Check the Dow. Dow took a big wick. Massive wick on the Dow. So here's some buying, buying, buying. Let's see, I'm not in anything. So we're spectators now. We're watching. Good morning, everybody. What's going on? Same deal. Those buyers are failing again. Let's see. I like the VIX at the key level. I'm going to take one and keep the stop at that 7,002 just to keep it like a light trade. Because if it does just run to stop, that's fine. But I do want to see, like we're seeing chop right now, I do want to see a reaction to just bring us a bit lower here. And if it fails, then I'm just going to stop out and wait for my original trade setup. But I'm going off of the volume I'm seeing on Bookmap right now, which is telling me these buyers are failing. And I'd like to trade in that direction, right? If buyers fail, then sellers take control. But if buyers are able to squeeze us back higher, I'll take a paper cut and look for the next trade. So I'm in 69.99 short ES, stop 7,002, 50. I'll do 7,002. 25. Because again, I'm fine if it just reverses, turns around, stops me out. That's okay. I'm keeping it. It's a small trade, beginner position. Was just looking for these buyers to fail. They look like they're trying to hold us. If anything, the sellers failed. Just want to be a little patient. Putting my stop a little lower to 7,001.75 because again, if we're gonna sort of start running here, I'd rather get out a little sooner than later. I was looking for these buyers to fail. Now, clearly, they're not trying to fail. They're trying to hold. But I do just want to wait. Because before we... Let's see. Let's see. Weighted index moving up. VIX trying to move lower. Might look to cut this. And again, main reason I would cut it is because... Alright, we're cutting it there. Main reason I'm cutting is because original trade entry, guys. Up here, 7,005. Up there, 7,011. I think I just got an alert on gold. There goes gold. Gold's giving us that area of interest we wanted. Let's take a look at gold. Got a big buyer in here. Wonder how we react to it. CVD's negative. It has been climbing higher, so I'm not going short right away. Waiting for a possible reaction. Dollar moving lower, which would support a bullish gold. So again, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. Weighted gold. There's a little bit of selling pressure. So there's the reaction. So we could try to look for pullback on gold for a short. Just be a little careful. We did have good buying pressure, so we don't want to be jumping in front of anything. Okay, I'm going to take just one con gold. Again, just very light positions because markets have not been really in our favor. I'd much rather take my full size and look to take a bit better trades when we're hitting, some win streaks, market conditions are solid, fundamentals are strong in our favor. Right now, it's just a whole lot of chop and uncertainty everywhere. So I'm just a short on gold, 46.13, and stop around 46.16. I was looking for that dollar. Dollar's trying to turn around too. That's good. 15-minute time frame. Has about 6 minutes left on the 15 to close. Nice, gives a little drop there on gold. Great. Now I'm really not looking for like a whole new low a day and everything. If we find good selling momentum, possibly. But really just looking to see if we could trade our way back towards the bottom of the range. 36 seconds left on this 5-minute. Pretty nice short entry so far. If we could try to break below this 4609. Close. Nice. Some selling pressure. We're going to turn the volume up on the market pulse for gold. 10 seconds. I'd want to see silver also moving bearish. It's not at the moment, but it is what it is. It's a pretty nice entry at the moment on gold. Got to be a little careful. Pull back towards maybe like 46.12. I'd much rather see some continuation again, just towards the bottom of this range. Possibly even look to take profit at point of control, 46.03. And if it stops out, it's most likely going to this recent high over here at 46.20. So here's a pullback. I'd much rather see us create a lower high off of this 46.15.3. So if you're taking the trade here, 46.12-ish, stop around that 46.15. CVD's bearish. Market pulse is a bit more bearish. ES did reverse a few points after it stopped me out, so it's okay. We're just going to wait. Market conditions have been fairly choppy. We're short on gold at the moment. Looking for a point of control to bring us back. Pretty strong volume down there. Even 46.04. Again, just looking for a quick little move. 6 points or so. But we'll see. If we get good momentum, I'm fine with letting the winner run. 45.95 would be nice. 4600's a key psychological level, though. CVD's bearish. Really want to see that continue lower. But it's struggling here. Let's keep pulling back. Getting a bit of a spread there. It's 9:42. So 15-minute closes in about 3 minutes. I'd like to see a rejection on this 15 and close somewhere over here. Somewhere like over there. So that would require this 5-minute to close somewhere over there. So I really need to see a break below this 46.08 on gold. Good morning, everybody. Merry Christmas. I'm just kidding. Here's some selling trying to accumulate at these lows, but the buyers keep trying to hold it. 46.10. Keep trying to hold that. We've got about 2.5 minutes left on the 5-minute. Just waiting at the moment. Trying to see a little dip there on gold. 2 minutes left. Silver also trying to sell. There we go. There's a little bit of a drop on gold, but again, it's not dropping strong enough to find some momentum. We're finding buy walls, right? We're finding buyers and sort of chopping around. Minute 40 left. Just going to be patient. Dollar's pretty range bound too. If we're looking though on like, let's say an hourly, dollar was trying to move on higher, make some higher highs, higher lows. So I'd want to see that support gold to the downside. I do know that we're coming off of a demand zone on gold too. So it's also why I was okay with just taking that short for a scalp instead of looking for like a big continuation trade, because I know that we're still stuck in that range on gold. So just looking to short the highs, buy the lows. Wasn't looking for anything crazy. Got a minute 15 left. YM still dropping. Really want to see that reaction on gold to the downside, but it looks like it actually is trying to pop back higher. We can take a look at, I wonder how footprint's looking. Point of control is lower. Ooh, look at this, man. Come on now. Let's get back going. Let's get going back to the downside. Forget those buyers. 43 seconds left. Let's juke them right out. We don't really have much support to the downside, so that's why I'd like to see us move lower. Price target of 45.60 down there even too if we break, but I don't really see anything to the upside. But honestly, right now with the way price has been and price action and everything, it's been horrendous. Horrendous for buyers and sellers, right? Because at what point would you have gone long here? You go long here, and then guess what? It moves in your favor a little bit, and most likely the next candle we're going to wick lower. You go short here, probably getting scared on this pullback, you might stop out. And then again, same thing, it's going to possibly pull back here. Very inconsistent price action going on. There's our 15-minute close. Unfortunately, that is leaning a bit more bullish. 30-minute hasn't closed yet. Honestly, at least 46.09 again. ES and NQ are range bound. We want to see those move lower. Now remember, NASDAQ has this level 25,719 with a 78% chance of hitting on Friday. So that's a pretty strong level we're watching. Gold, if it takes out this high, I'm out. That's where we're at right now. That's okay. That same deal, you go long up here, you get stopped out down here, you go short down here, possibly stopped out. It's very inconsistent. I'm just looking at the range we have and trying to trade the range we see. CVD's been bearish too, so it's definitely been a bit more bearish factors than bullish on gold. But we haven't broken previous day low either. Previous New York's range, we could see where we're at market sessions wise. We did break previous New York low. But definitely trying its best to turn back around. Keep rejecting this point though. This is a very strong area. There we go. Can we just stop me out already? Let's get it over with. We want to look at something else now. There we go, finally. There comes a point. Now, we mentioned NQ. NASDAQ's at a key level. It's at a good area of resistance. NVIDIA looks like it's at a good area of resistance at 190. Weighted index also is in a tough point right here. It's, we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll let it trade. We'll let things play out, and we won't chase. Because, quite honestly, the price action lately has not been too good. Can't preach it enough. We need something to back us in our bias. And not back us like, oh, the VIX, or oh, this, oh, that. But like a fundamental bias, right? A dovish pivot. Something strong. Some catalyst. A good earnings report. A good earnings call. Anything. At this point, I would rather be short than long, but it's just such a tough point. The only reason I'd rather be short than long is because of that 25,719 level, the gap fill. But it's not a strong enough reason for me to just take a short right here. And listen, it could continue. If you guys see something I don't, definitely take it, right? Go for it. VIX trying to move higher too. Good selling on NAS a little bit right here at this 25,820. But it's definitely struggling to push lower. See that? Just be patient, man. No reason to blow your accounts on days like this, or unfortunately, weeks like this. This whole week has been given pretty consistently inconsistent price action. Getting some selling pressure again here. So again, I'd rather be short than long, but I'd also rather protect capital than take 5,000 trades and blow the account. And guess what? If it does go short and I didn't take the trade, it's, oh, I missed out. So what? Market's going to give us opportunities almost every day when we have good market conditions. Don't force things, because by the time it does play out, you could have taken 2 trades and been stopped out already, right? So just wait. Just wait, wait, wait. I like, again, I do like it rather short than long, but we'll see. VIX trying to move higher too off of that key level. That's great. So definitely more confirmations for short than long on NAS off of this VWAP area. But watch, I put that tool out. You're gonna see magic, guys. You're gonna see absolute magic. Like to see us crack below 25,800. Let's see, gold. Glad we stopped out. Gotta respect those stop losses. NAS is just doing its thing. Equities are trying to climb high. You're taking a little bit of a hit at this first minute of the 5, but we'll see. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, guys. Come on, NAS, let's get going. Reject off this VWAP and let's move lower. Head towards that 25,719. A lot more selling delta going on. So definitely it's not like, oh well, buyers are taking control. No, sellers have had control until buyers can prove us otherwise. So that's where my stance is right now on something like the NASDAQ. I'd be short, just be careful on the entry and stop loss and stuff. And yeah. Possibly look to make it a scalp. Nvidia looking like it's trying to push back higher again. Apple moving lower. That's good. Rest of the equities are trying to hold, though, so just be a little careful, though. There. Because also, equities are trying to hold, and we have this big buyer down here, so a little bit of support. I'd like to see us fail, but we'll see. I thought it almost looks too easy, this trade right here, where it'll just keep going, but, like, it does look like it's a fake out. But sellers have control, man. It's hard to go against that.
Are you in Q right now?
Not at the moment. Not at the moment. I didn't really like the entry would have been solid, but it wasn't like a good fair value gap zone. It was just sort of a continuation off of the volume. But we'll see.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah. Nice. There we go. But let's see if it's dropping, or if it's going to pop right back up again. Minute 54 left. Nice. Wow, okay. There we go. Sweet. Nice. Weighted index looks good. And one of the short biases I had was that gap fill 78% on Friday on NASDAQ. We were below VWAP. We did have a few things lining up. I guess nothing really triggers my A plus setup without a like supply reaction or demand reaction. A lot of selling delta down here still too. Let's see. My only issue is we shouldn't really be expecting continuation if we haven't been seeing continuation. On the other hand, 30 seconds left on the 5-minute. We have seen some selling right here on NQ, so depending on how this 5-minute closes can actually help determine if we're going to see that continuation. Seeing the selling pressure, it looks like it might actually try to keep going. My biggest issue is equities right now because Nvidia is still trying to move higher. It is above its 190 key level. But these sellers on NASDAQ are crazy right now. Beautiful. Nice. I'd like to see some continuation off that. Yeah, Nvidia actually just took a turn right there off the last few seconds of that 5-minute. That's crazy. Wow, let's go. That's crazy, guys. Huge. Hopefully somebody took it again. I don't want you guys taking every trade I take. I don't want you guys waiting for me to take those trades. Listen to the analysis, listen to the breakdown. If it co-aligns with what you're looking at and you agree, whatever the case may be, go for it. Take that, right? The whole point of these streams is not so you can just take every trade I take, but so you guys can learn, so you can be independent traders yourself. Now let's see if we get that continuation, like I said, on that 5-minute to look for. Good selling volume here still too. There's our continuation. Here we go, man. That's beautiful. That is amazing. Wow, huge. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. See if these sellers take us another leg down. VIX is still moving higher. Wow, man, that's beautiful. If I was in a short, I'd be looking for that 25,720 as a target, that gap fill. Another 35 points from here. Just be careful, though, selling these lows, because if you go short down here, you got to really figure out where your stop loss is going to be. Market's like, nah, bro, if you sell these lows, we'll just keep going. Huge. Huge. Massive, bro. That's crazy. That is crazy. Nvidia falling off a cliff. Equities, Google falling off. That's nice, man. That's pretty nice. Would even look to take off here at that 25,750. But man, that 78% gap fill on Friday, that is sweet, bro. That is awesome. That's so cool. Golden supply. Oh no, we had that alert already. I was looking at my phone and I read that. Gold ended up rejecting, but just a very poor reaction. Good call. I know, again, I didn't take it myself, but this was a good call on Nas, man. That short below VWAP on continuation, like we sort of been seeing off of the sells when sellers take control lately. Good morning, everybody. Look at these, man. Sellers taking us down again. They want that gap fill level 25,721. 719. 719. Good morning, guys. Look at these sellers, man. They're getting ready to take us down again. Oh, oh. That's why you can't short the lows. Be patient. Let's see. Look at this pullback on the weighted index right there. That's a pretty big red flag in my opinion on the shorts at the moment. But looking at Nvidia and Google, those are our leaders, and those are just falling right now, falling and falling. Damn, look at that, guys. Here it comes. That's crazy. That's great, man. W edgeful for that. It's huge. 34, we're getting there. VIX moving higher, we're getting there. Well, it hit on ES too, that 28%, that gap fill on ES. Here comes NASDAQ. It's going to hit it this candle. Come on. Yeah, look at that big seller. We're going to go right to it. Come on now. 3, we're 4 points away. 4 points away. That's funny. Let's see. Let's see. VIX back at a key level now too, so be a little careful on that. Alright, let's see if we could fall off the cliff here. Boom, there was that gap fill level, guys. That is amazing for ES and Q, and really just, those edgeful stats. Because the gap size was 0.58%, which is a pretty big size, but in my opinion, you really have to take into account the day of the week. Yes, approaching demand. Yeah, yes was approaching demand, but I wanted this area to break and look to push lower towards 69.49 today. So I'm really looking for sellers to actually help us even continue even further. No, so Joyce, VIX moving higher, the VIX goes inverse of the ES and NQ. So if the ES is moving lower, we want to see VIX moving higher, right? And vice versa. Look at that, man. Great sells there. Oh, housing just came out, that NAHB. Yeah, nothing, I don't think it's going to be that massive for the market. Below bearish, that would be bullish for the market if it's bearish for the dollar.
Like the only thing I see out there is the shortage on the memory chips for NVIDIA's AI production.
Oh, they got a shortage?
On the memory chips, yeah. So they need the memory chips in order to create the AI technology, I guess, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Term is.
Yeah, that makes tons of sense. I get it. No. But
And that came from Bloomberg.
Cool. Let's see. I'd want to see this 44 act as like our final area of resistance. So if I was looking for a short, it would be in this 33 to 44, stop at 44. But you gotta be so careful shorting lows like this. But it's got good momentum. That's why I would be somewhat okay trying a short position, but light size. Just looking for continuation. Meta's trying to hold. It's definitely a tough point here because it's the bottom of the demand on ES and it's that key level on NAS. Both being possible support because people might be short in these levels.
Got us in a 3-hour demand on NQ.
Nice. Let's see. There's that 45-ish. Yeah, alright. Let's see. How's their volume profile looking? That's what I want to know. ES, that's that too, ES. Nothing major. It's like we see this big seller here, this big selling volume at 69.85. Nvidia with a huge wick back higher. Want to see Nvidia start to crack back lower again to help NASDAQ continue trend. But we have to be careful not only shorting lows down here, but shorting at this level. There we go. Come on now, Nas. Go, go, go. And it's like, no, no, no. VIX is at a key level too, so all of that together, probably not looking for anything right here. Nvidia is trying to push to the downside. Most equities are at the moment. But there goes NASDAQ. It's like, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I don't want to do that. Let's see. Here's some resistance off that 50, but be careful. VIX moving back lower, which would also still be a possible reversal sign to the upside. But Joyce, yeah, don't forget, VIX goes inverse of ES and NQ. Mainly the ES, so the VIX measures options that expire within the next 30 days. So if there's a lot of volatility going into the options, like puts, VIX goes up. If there's a lot of calls, VIX goes down, or not a lot of calls, but not such strong volatility. That's why they call it the volatility index. Big pullback here, man. Let's see if there's anything valid. Really would look for ES, but I don't even see maybe towards like 87 to 90. Like, there's a fair value gap right there. It might also be an optimal trade entry. That's the Fibonacci. No, it's not. It is the 50%, but that's not the fib. We'll see, man. These markets have been If the weighted index could start to move lower, with the VIX starting to move higher again, that would also help give me some confidence for continuation to the downside. But there's VIX weighted index trying to move higher again. Google and Nvidia just got pretty weak though, but I would just be patient, man. The better short was at the VWAP. VWAP was a pretty nice trade today. Look at that. It's making it very hard for shorts to re-enter the market right now. The weighted index still finding some strength. Meta new high a day. So I would definitely be careful on any positions right now. Let's see. Yes. Again, coming into this area between 88 and 90. It's really like the only thing on my radar right now is that area on ES. Gold ended up continuing. Glad we didn't try chasing shorts on gold again, so. Good morning, everybody. What's up, Mike? You take any trades today?
Just on paper, I caught some testing on that run down on the NQ there. So I had re-entry at the VWAP, which you were talking about, and signal. I had a signal prior to that worked out as well. So, but nothing on my PA account.
All right, nice, man, nice. Let's see, look at the 5-minute leaning back more bullish again. Definitely be patient, man, in these markets. We're getting legs down and then a leg straight up. So I'd be careful that we might even see continuation in a full reversal here, but just wait. Some weird price action lately, man. Markets don't know what to... the whole term of markets are pricing it in, right? Again, I can't help but reference the ending of last year because it was so recent that when markets are pricing in optimism, and that being rate cuts, it's very easy for it to move higher, very easy for a trend to be followed. When there isn't much going on in terms of fundamentals or anything giving us something to price in, we're not going to really see any type of continuation, especially while we're at all-time highs. Like, we have a few things going against us, if anything. Inflation's too hot, little reason to cut rates. Service inflation not under control. These are all reasons that they should not cut rates. That's hawkish. That would be bearish for the market. Jobless claims fall. Now, this is something to say, oh, well, look, jobless claims aren't as high. We're starting to slow down there. We could keep cutting. It's okay. And then all the Taiwan stuff, the semiconductor situation. It's a little bit of a back and forth. And when that's the case, this is the case. Morning, everybody. Nvidia's starting to fall here. It's like, guess what? You go short here, and then it's gonna go. Nvidia with another drop, another leg, but Google's pushing higher. So again, it's that push-pull. A lot of weakness in equities. There we go. A little something, but be careful, man. You know, you hit the sell market button, it fills you on a spread at 30, and then it wicks back up to 40. You're going to be down if you're in an NQ contract. It's at a full 10 points. $200 in a matter of a second when you get filled. So be careful on that spread. If you are taking any trades, maybe look for micros. I'd almost rather look for longs off of this area down here than shorts. But I'm staying patient, man. I don't like anything at this point. NQ, not NQ. What's it called? Nvidia trying to make its way back around. Minute 30 left. Some weakness in equities again. Ooh, a lot of weakness in equities. Be careful. See how it's so push-pull? It's like, oh, look, weakness here. Oh, no, strength there. Weakness here, strength. Very push-pull, very inconsistent. We had that consistency earlier when we had that nice quick drop. Now, we just wait. Big seller right there. If we could reverse off this seller, like we don't make another low here, which we just did, I'd say possibly look for the reversal, take a long stop at that low, but now it just looks like sellers are going to keep it running. Nvidia had a pretty solid turnaround, and it's gone. That's crazy, bro. These are some interesting markets, man. There we go. Another drop, new low day on NASDAQ, not on the ES yet. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This chart is done. Now let's see. Not a big fan of it either direction right now. Neither side is saying, we're over here. Google's still trying to push higher. Meta was just at a new high a day. Microsoft's still holding above VWAP. Nvidia's selling off. So it's like, again, Nvidia's has a big say in trend. So if we're not seeing it on Nvidia, I want to be patient. Volume and price analysis wise, it would be along here because of these sellers that are failing to bring us lower. But 15-minute, nah. That's why that too, guys, our volume analysis, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, when they all line up, we have a much easier, much stronger confluence to take that trade and say, okay, boom, I have confidence this is going to happen. Let's go for it. There's some selling pressure on NQ there. But we'd really need to see some follow through. It's a new low a day again. Nvidia moving lower. Come on, let's go make a new low a day. Big seller here again. Want to see us break that low one more time. There we go. Come on now. Come on now, let's take it. Let's take it. 708, let's go for it. $7.12. $7.12 acting as a bit of a support right now. Equities are all weak except for like Apple. Oh no, Apple's weak. Meta's back weak. Google's weak. Nvidia's weak. Okay, good. Give me some confidence in these sells here. $7.18 and Nasdaq's jumping and bumping and pumping. Want to see this buy or fail? If it takes us higher, 28 would probably be where we could possibly turn around if we could break above 28 and create a higher low after that. So I'd rather be short than long still. Weighted index getting weak. I think Nas could see a big drop here. Remember, I was looking for continuation on ES to the downside. There we go. Beautiful. Nice. Come on, give us a big drop here. Nvidia is selling off pretty strong right now. I want to see this continuation on equities.
That looks like the gap fill for NQ.
Yeah, gap filled already. Gap filled already. Boom, let's go, Naz. Let's go. Huge. Took it for a little scalp there. I'm still in just one con. That's some nice selling pressure there. Nice. Here we go. That's what I want to see. Beautiful. Here. Ultimate reversal setup. Previous New York session low right here is next target 676. Boom. Target hit. I'm completely out of the scalp now. Fantastic, guys. Fantastic, guys. Amazing. Dude, those edge full stats are something else. That's wild, bro. Boom, boom, boom. Bro, ES was, how many, was it 1 point away? 87.75 to 88.70. It was 1 point away from possible entry on ES before. Massive drop on Nas. Good stuff, good stuff. I'm out. I'm completely out of everything right now. Bro, I need to find a story so I can put myself in outer space. Yesterday, I made myself a Supreme Court justice. Now I don't want to be an astronaut. Alright, let's see, guys. I'm staying patient. I'd want to see, look at right here, this 90 to like 97. Pretty aggressive sells and a volume imbalance there on Nas too. Definitely, I don't think I'm going to re-enter this myself, but to each his own. Nvidia's still trying to drop a little bit of a pullback right now. I'm just staying patient. I'm sorry, Microsoft is pushing higher on this 5-minute right now. Just be patient. Boom, right through it, right through it. Let's see. Wait, let's see. Equity's still holding, don't take it. Need to see Nvidia drop. It's still holding higher now, so just wait. Microsoft moving up. Equities are trying to hold right now. I'm staying patient. Big sell delta at 700. There's a 700. Nice reaction there. A minute off this reaction. Stop just right at the high. So it was like 900, stop loss 700. Yeah, 990, stop loss 700. So like real tight stop loss on this. We're in good profit on the day. Don't want to look to give it back. And if we do, I'd much rather take a paper cut. Trying to push higher again. Okay, stops out of it. Again, paper cut, right? We're in good profit for the day. We're not looking to give it all back. Now I'm definitely done for the day on that. VIX at a key level 2 now. VIX rejected down on that key level. Again, same thing that happened earlier. That's pretty huge there. That's why I like the VIX so much. Gold is in that 4-hour demand zone. That area. Bro, gold took forever to reject. But there it goes, rejecting the open price. job today, ladies and gents. Probably done for the day off those trades. What's up, Ricardo?
Morning, bro.
Good morning, man. What's going on? You take anything?
I'm in this bounce right now.
What are you in?
Locked in $100 already, and it's still pushing up.
What are you in?
The short, long right now.
Along
100.
NASDAQ?
Yeah, and I'm trailing. I locked in 100 already, so
Nice.
I'm good.
Good, bro. Gold alert. Dropping like it's hot. Let's see. Oh my goodness. No kidding. This is where it's gonna reverse. The minute we look at it. What a pullback on NAS and ES though. I would still be a little hesitant on the longs until we get some type of what's it, break a structure or market structure shift, whatever it's called, where we break this high, make a bit of a higher low off, a higher high off of that pivot, and then so it'll look like this. We reverse here, break that high, we pull back, create a higher low, which means we don't break that low, and then we break and continue there. So our entry would be over here, looking for that continuation. But right now, sellers have had a bit of control today. I really wanted to see us break this 3-hour order block I mentioned, right? So this guy right here, I said I want to see a break below and a retrace and continuation. That's going to require a pretty big move on the ES. It's about only 35 points from where we are. Actually less than that right now. 30 points. NAS has a little way to go too. Just be patient. If we do get that break and continuation on ES, it will give us another setup. If not, we will stay range bound for the rest of the day, or until like 11:30, or until 1:45 like we've been seeing the past couple days. Damn, big drops on gold. Let's keep golding away. That's crazy. Boom. What's gold doing? What are you doing, gold? Hold up. Wait a minute. Are we missing something right now? Silver selling off too. Be careful shorting these lows. Dollar's moving higher. Oh yeah, remember that, guys? I mentioned dollar moving higher on the daily was giving me more of a bearish sentiment on gold. It's your volume profile. Low volume shelf right there. Oh my goodness, gold's just might just keep dropping. Gold can like really just drop hard, obviously, as you guys see. Look at all the selling delta, that's huge. It's getting so wicky here too, man. Don't short these lows. Oh. Bro, somebody hit the sell button on gold and it is going crazy. Just keep going then, gold. Just keep going.
We have news.
I don't think so. I didn't hear anything. Oof. Nice gold, thank you. Took a little scalp on some micros on gold. I'm not gonna be like, guys, I'm going short here, because by the time you guys hear me say that and then you hit enter, it could be right back up. So what a weird move there on gold. We could take a look at market. Oh, here we go. Let's see what Trump had to say. Looks like we had some high impact Trump ads on Fed. We'll see how it works out. Praises Fed contender Hassett. Ooh, that's it. That's it. That is it. Hassett is, I don't want to say he's Trump's homie in a sense, but he's running for the Fed, and he will most, in my opinion, I think Kevin Hassett's going to get it. That's very dovish. He is all about rate cuts, right? Because whatever will make a certain somebody happy, he wants to do that. He's one of those. So we want to be careful and we want to be aware of those types of situations. It should be a bit more bullish for ES and NQ, however, and really for gold too, but clearly the markets are not liking that news. That's crazy, bro, just straight up. There were a few other aspects, though, going on to gold and silver that was causing some selling pressure, like rebalancing, especially due to the high volatility they've been seeing. A lot of brokers and a lot of even big banks and institutions had to widen either their spread or how much margin they had in order to trade them, which forced them to close out portions of their position because they needed more margin to hold. So that was something else that was pressuring gold lately, and silver to the downside. That was wild. That was cool. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, man. It is January 16th. I hope you're all doing well. Good morning, good morning. Victoria, what's up? Exhausted Trader. Hello, bro. Exhausted Trader. I might need to steal that name at some point. I'm getting there. Desi, what's up? Phil, good morning, Phil. Wow, gold's still going, man. Somebody hit that sell button and it kept going. Got a ways to go too, in my opinion. 45.30. It was insane. Bro, no way it gives another crazy move to the downside. I really almost wanted to pull back at this point. This is insanity on gold, this momentum we're seeing right here. Look at that, beautiful. Wow. Oh my goodness, gold. Oh my, just short gold wherever, don't have a stop loss, and then just get out and profit. That's what gold's doing right now.
Go for it.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
Come on.
What's up, Alex? Yo, I got you, bro. AVGO? I got you, bro. AVGO. Wow, gold. It's still going. Got out yesterday. I'm looking for it to get back. Let's see. Oh, okay. I like this area on AVGO for an entry point around 330. So something to note, and a lot of people trade things differently, right? Different strategies call for different implementations, how we take the trades. When gap fills, when we create gaps from earnings or some type of big catalyst in markets and equities like AVGO or any stock, a lot of people will look to say, okay, when we enter this gap right here, I'm going to short it. I'm going to look to fill the gap, right? That's my strategy. I'm going to fill the gap. I see it as the opposite. This gap right here, this occurred because of the news or the earnings, and that what this gap shows me, this whole area right here, is unfilled orders. These are market participants that were not able to get filled at any price level in here. So whenever we re-enter, they start to fill and we get a reaction. They start to fill, we get a reaction, we get a reaction. So I would like, if I was looking for AVGO, between like 310 and 330 for AVGO. And then look to target the next gap fill to the upside, right? And that would be this one up here around like 380. So maybe even get some swing trades on some calls or something. Way gold just goes again. That would be crazy. Where'd you get in? Did you get? I see AVGO has been pretty range bound, so I guess maybe you got in a tough spot. Or we'll keep AVGO up. Morning, everybody. What's up, YouTube? Killing it today, man. You bought the put. Oh, you bought a put. Oh, nice. Cool. At 456. Nice, dude. Good job. Really good job there. Let's see. Maybe, yeah, so then maybe calls around 330 to look for the 356 again. Cool, man. Good work. Gold is crazy. I wouldn't touch gold anymore if I was paid to trade gold. There goes NASDAQ continuing. Excuse me. Yes, continuing. Edgeful, man. What a great tool. Gold pulling back. Gold just dropped in a matter of 20 minutes. Almost 2%. That's 74 points. I didn't even look at the volume that picks up here, too. That's absurd. Alright, optimal trade entry. Be right up here. Right up in here. Alert. Short position. And we wait. That would be a crazy entry and target if that happened. We'll see. Now look at this. You can move the whole big chart too on Bookmap. I don't know why you would do that though. Because the price is over there. Good morning, guys. Previous day low was hit on NASDAQ. Let's see. ESNQ. I-do-do-do. What's up, Greg? Good morning. What's up, Ozzy? Adrian, good morning. Siva, good morning. JW, what's up? What's up? See if there is any other news that came out. Nope. Look how cool this is, man. They have now annotations on the charts, like what happened. Sharp sell-off as ES broke support, 0.26% drop. Sell-off amid Iran airspace closure. Cool. Dollar moving higher would help support a short gold. Alright, let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning. Equity's taking a hit there. Bro, those shorts, remember we're looking at shorts on VWAP at 828? Here we are 200 points later. 25,600 possible targets still. And that's been there today. That was, oh yeah, remember we mentioned that earlier. Cool, man, cool. Love to see it. What a great toolbook map. Go, equity still dropping, man. Big sells. Sellers are so quick to take control. Remember, this is part of the setup we were looking for on ES. We were looking for a break of that blue zone to go target that 6450. Alright, let's see, guys. VIX is in a key area right now. And NASDAQ's about to be near demand. ES has a little ways to go. Boom. Bro, I'm hungry, man. Guys, don't forget, markets are closed Monday. No stream Monday. But we'll do it. I know.
Why?
What's that?
Why?
MLK, Martin Luther King Day.
Got it.
Yo, I'm glad today ended up playing out the way it did because we mentioned, it's funny, I mentioned to a few students over the past couple of days too, even no, just yesterday, how the past few days have all been horrible price action, like Monday through Thursday. Was hoping to see a little bit of a trend going into Friday, and that's exactly what we got today. What was I gonna say? It's almost like the opposite right now. Sometimes we'll get like really nice price action, we'll kill it the whole week, and then I'm sure you guys have gone through it where it's like, oh, we give it all back on Friday. I don't trade Fridays because of that. That right there is just the market sort of cycling, right? Markets aren't going to give us consistent full week of price action the same way. Very rarely. It can. Again, if we have that consistency, that optimism, when we had that optimism going, it was very consistent for the most part. But when we're sort of rough and in this middle of nowhere and we're waiting, this is the market's waiting period right now. Markets are waiting for the next big headline that says, we're staying hawkish the rest of the year. We're not cutting rates anymore. And then we're in free fall. Or we have a new Fed speaker. It's Fed head chair. It's going to be Kevin Hassett. And his first speech, he goes, I'm very dovish. I want to see at least 75 BPS by the end of the year. Markets are going to throw their hands up, shoot confetti, and pop champagne. But until then, markets are just sort of sitting on their own hands. We're not getting much of a trend. We're just getting range after range, a bit of a trend, range after range, a small trend. So we just want to be patient and read what the markets are giving us. That was insane on gold, man. That was wild. 74 points in 20 minutes. From high to low. I wish it was 2%. That would have been a great video. Did you see gold drop 2% in 20 minutes today? I do wonder if that lines up time-wise. It's what's that, like 10:10. 10:10 it happened. That is 35 minutes ago. So it was before Trump said anything. It wasn't the manufacturing. Trump has said a bunch of stuff today though. So let's see Trump. If we just search that. It said 35 minutes ago. No, nothing, man, nothing. I do wonder what caused that drop on gold. That was crazy. Volume picked up like nuts. If you guys see anything, definitely let me know. Yo, if gold could pull back to this optimal trade entry up here, and it does end up selling off, that would be a huge trade. We're talking almost 50, 60 points. If that's the case, though, I'd probably just look to take it to 45, 60 for 30 points, which is still a big ol' move on gold.
Getting support from that demand zone on NQ.
Oh, yeah, let's see. Good call. Oh, yeah. Yep. Holding right above it right now. See, I'd want to see another drop on NQ. We didn't actually hit the 4-hour just yet. 86. We don't really have passive buyers down there either yet. We'll just be patient. We are near a VIX key level. So VIX is in a key area. NASDAQ's near a key area. Gold's pulling back pretty strong. Look at that. Nice. That's cool. What a day. What a day of experience in the markets, guy. Excuse me. I'm looking for 95 on gold. And we see when we dropped. Let's see if there's an imbalance or anything there. It was pretty quick. We didn't pull back to it. Around 92, 95. I'm going to add a couple of alerts. Just so if one goes off and I miss it, the other one will go off and I'll see it. Equities with some weakness again. Gold just popping. Alright, gold. That's pretty cool. Now, what would be crazy is if we had that massive drop, we pulled back to the area we started from and ranged in there. Like this was all for, not for nothing, but maybe just a giant whale exiting a position or something like that, right? But definitely something to be very aware of. That was insanity. The volume on that candle was, let's see if I can find it. 13,000 compared to the normal 2,000. 6x volume. Still slowly grinding up. Nas still finding some support above that demand. VIX rejecting out of that area, so those would be a confluence for bulls. Good morning. Guys, it is 10:50. Markets have given us some amazing moves today. Fantastic. Really took advantage of the moves. Good job today, everybody. ESNQ still trying to pull back. Waiting for gold for possibly 95. That might not happen for a little bit. I'm thinking that might not happen for 15, 20, 30 minutes. But I got my alerts. I'll come back to the setup if it occurs. On that note, though, guys, we're going to be wrapping up the stream. This is an absolute killer stream. Great trades, good positions, and everything else. Hope you guys were able to catch some nice shorts today. We had the bias rate, very clean bias today on the shorts, and very nice trend on ES and NQ. A bit cleaner on the NASDAQ than the ES. And that is because we had a lot stronger momentum on things like Nvidia and those equities to help reflect that on the NASDAQ. Guys, great job. Appreciate you all, and I will see you guys all on Tuesday. Peace, everybody.
Hey, Kev.
Have a good weekend, man. Take care.
Later. Have a good weekend, everybody. Peace. Yo, YouTube guys, make sure you follow on social media at Trading with Kev is my Instagram. I post videos every day. Put a lot of work into those edits, so I would appreciate some support. And yeah, I will see you guys all on Tuesday. I'll do the live stream on Tuesday. Usually it's just Monday and Friday on YouTube, but because MLK Day next week, it would just be Friday. But we'll do Tuesday and Friday too. So make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.